Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and it's been a long day. Alright, so we've got a bit done. We've got a whole lot more to do, but I want to talk to you about some of the things we're going to do. And I'm thinking once we get the ship operational, we may be redoing that bridge area, because, you know, I'm just not happy with the way that line is coming out. But I do like the way that the rest of the ship came out. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, happy Friday, everybody. Oh, it's been a long week. Let's go ahead and take you out. Because we're going to be rebuilding a lot of this. So now we've blah 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 blah. It's definitely a Friday. All right, so yeah, if you remember the last time we were together, we actually were working on the thruster array over here. We have it all welded in, and it's all in theory piped up. I'm thinking I'm gonna see if we have a little bit of ice in the system somewhere. I think we have some ice in the system. I don't know. I have to check. But I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to throw some ice in here so we get some hydrogen into the system, which does mean that we will have to weld up one of the tanks, actually. You're piped in through there. I think that should be the O2 generator into the tank. The rest of this is just basically piping stuff together. That can come out. So we weren't doing anything with this. So that allows the system to pipe through, which pipes up to the top, which allows us to store both oxygen and hydrogen. Okay. So, yeah, what we're going to need to do is let's go ahead and get that tank done. Let me get that welded up. 1 second here. Which also means I need to basically drop all this stuff off because I've got... went ahead and picked up an extra oxygen tank just, you know, because... And sure. Should be everything that we need to load that up. Now, do we have ice in here? We do have ice in here. Okay, so we're going to be burning all of that ice, which means we're going to have to go do some mining, which is okay. That's not a problem, actually. What I want to check, though, is all of our hydrogen thrusters that are connected. Because we want to make sure everything turns on. Those two are not. Okay. So you're not piped in, but we have plenty of piping in there. So we're going to have to do... Oh, hello. Is run the piping from there, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so we don't want to just sit here and burn off all the hydrogen. So go ahead and turn all those off. Whee! Okay. Let's go ahead and grab... I just need a bunch of these. That should be enough. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck ourselves in here. There we go. And there you go. Like that. Alright. And that should be piped in. Give it the old college try once more. Let's go over here. Why are you not? Oh, I know. No. Should have been. It should be all of them. Yes, you're piped in. Alright. Piped in off of there, correct? Yeah. Alright, did I not pipe you in somewhere then? No. It might just be one of those situations where it doesn't want to work until you actually get in there and do something to it. Yeah, see, you're piped in. Yep, there it is. So what happens is in Space Engineer sometimes the hydrogen network, when you have things like that where you're piping them in after you've test fired once, it will sometimes not like it. So what you have to do is you have to change the pipe network in order for it to update the entire thing. Why does it do that? Who knows? It's probably one of the optimizations that they did behind the scenes. Basically, it only calculates once, and then you have to change the grid for it to calculate it again. All right. But that gives us a mostly operational ship. So we have ascent, descent, and lateral on one side, as well as forward and reverse, or primary propulsion and reverse propulsion, braking thrusters, whatever you want to call them. So really the only thing we need to do to make this thing operate, like actually working, would be to put some lateral thrusters on this side as a stopgap measure to get this thing lifted up and out of the way so that we can actually get things done around here. So what I'm thinking we may do is, do I have... I mean, I guess I could just throw a temporary cockpit on it. I mean, I kind of hate to just throw something on here to throw something on here, you know? But I do need to kind of back the ship up a little bit. I also need to raise the ship up so that we can adjust the landing gear. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and weld you up. You are incomplete. Alright. That's important because we are going to go in here. That's our bottom landing gear. And turn auto lock off. And apparently we are still coasting a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this in here. So I haven't done that. Oh man, I am tired. I haven't really done a whole lot Since the last time we were together. I basically just got enough done so that we're not sitting here welding up blocks all night. Come here, you. There we go. What's sad is that's not going to be on here long. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up group. Alright, so that's port side. See, I'm really kind of not wanting to do what I was thinking about. You know, so what we can do is, damn, we are gonna actually have to pipe all of that together. Interesting. Alright. Come here, you. Might as well go ahead and do it. We're gonna have to go mine some gas anyway, or some ice rather. Okay, so that's all piped in. And we don't really need a whole lot right this second. I'm thinking we really just need a couple of laterals here. And this is mainly just to keep us from drifting. New groups. And we're just gonna do that. Bottom landing gear, we're going to switch lock. Alright, so we go like this. That sounded painful. All right. Well, you know what they say. No plan survives encounter contact with your opponents, right? What should actually switch that up to open close. It didn't fling us into a death spiral, so we need to spin it. That's okay. All right, and while we're here. Alright, so let's pick you up. Come here, you. Alright, and you, Sir Landing Gear, are going to come off of there. Let's go ahead and place you in there. I'm actually surprised that the hydrogen thruster ate basically this whole little thing. Did it. Come here. There you go. Alright, good to know. But yeah, seriously, I'm really surprised it did. I've thought that that would have been open enough, but it just means we have to restructure that a little bit. Okay, so before we get too much more distracted, let's go. Landing gear, and we need this to basically come down quite a bit. So if we do that, is that good? No, it needs to come down one more block. Which means I may need that holds for now. All right. Should be this one. Was that one? Okay. Oop. Okay. So now that we're done destroying stuff around it, well, I shouldn't say done destroying because we're not done destroying anything yet. We need to take this thing apart. Alright. So if we close the boarding ramp here, so we need to. There's you. So I'm gonna. Okay, so the indent is where it pivots. Okay. Take you out, put you in, and all right. So now if we go in here, should be that way. Maybe not able to place the ramp. Alright, so that should be the right direction. We'll find out in a second. Hey, look at that. Alright. That's actually what we want. That tells me the landing gear actually does need to go up one block. But that's okay. We can at least get under the ship now. That's a huge improvement over what we had. Because now if we want to make it airtight, we can. But we need a button. Give me a button. Where are we going to put it? Put it there? Put it there. I don't know if we have anything. Oh, we do. Awesome. Even better. Okay, so we're going to have this be open closed. So you come up. You'll be able to do what you need if you need to come over here. So the one disadvantage to this, and it's actually a disadvantage kind of by design and intent, it means you can't get into the engine room if the ramp is up, or ramp is down rather. So this is kind of a security feature. I know it sounds kind of odd to say it that way, but having that set up as a security feature means basically that if you get boarded, they can't get into the engine room unless they close the ramp, or use your jetpack. But that's okay. All right, so there's all that. This is good. You have. Let's go ahead and get stuff off our HUD here, so you can come in. O2 generator. Vent. Come up here. Apparently the ship was retaining air, which is good. Okay, so... and then cargo, okay. So bridge. I think we need to rework the bridge. What I'm thinking for it is I want to keep something like this, where you have this, basically the open feel to it. But we do need to have an access ramp or something like an airlock up here, so that we can use this as a side dock as well. Because as it exists right now, we can't get off the ship except through the bottom ramp. So if you're somewhere, if you end up somewhere, let's open this up, where you can't or don't want to use the ramp for some reason, for example, over here, ramp wouldn't do us much good. So what we want is to be able to have it dock in and be able to get out of the ship. And then you come in here, and he opened up the space in here. This is wider than it used to be. Huh. Nice. Alright, but yeah, so basically, sorry, I know I'm getting distracted. Basically, I want to be able to park the ship here and get out on the side. Now, the only place we can really do that on this particular ship is going to be directly off the bridge, or what is currently the bridge area. But what I'm thinking here is we give this thing a little bit of rhinoplasty. The ship is going to get a nose job. Basically what we want to do is we're going to extend this out a bit. The question will become is, do we want to have this be its own hallway area here, and then the cockpit on front, or do we want to do something else? That's going to be the big question. But first, we need to take all this apart. Where are you going? Little chicken soup for the soul. Where did... oh, there you are. And we had another one. Yeah, there it is. You're the random block that I smacked last time. Maybe that was even 2 videos ago. I don't remember. Time is playing havoc with me lately. All right. And drop this stuff off. We're just gonna get rid of everything in the inventory. Well, other than the bottles, obviously. Alright. So this does give us some interesting options because of the fact that we're basically going to extend this out. So if we take, that's 3 there, right? So we would have to do that up. How much room do we want here? Alright, let's grab some plates. So we're gonna throw that in there. We're gonna go ahead and grab, oh, like 500 should be enough. So if we do this, and that, come on, there we go. To there. Obviously we're gonna have to rework some of this, but that's okay. Because one of the benefits is that if we do this, we'll be able to keep a lot of what we have here already. But I will need to put a vent in, because this hallway will need to be vented. Oh. Alright, so what we're talking about is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd end up with 3 on either side. Because the doorways, I think, are 5 block for small, even for the small ships. Let's see, is this going to be too claustrophobic is the question. Oh. Alright, so, outside of this stuff, been watching some Netflix, or not Netflix, Amazon, that's it. I've been watching some Amazon video in between recordings, basically while I'm doing like just the grinding kind of stuff, welding stuff up. And been watching this series called AFK. Funny enough, right? So it came up on my Amazon recommended. The premise is basically a group of people from, well, the player base for an MMO ends up getting teleported or transported into the game for some reason, and they haven't explained what's happened or why it happened. It's just the characters start waking up. Horrible acting, interesting premise, a lot of fun so far. So if you haven't seen it, if you're a Prime member, it's the first 2 seasons at least are included with your Amazon Prime. I know I sound like a Amazon salesperson here, but I have to admit it is actually entertaining. I was not expecting to laugh quite as hard as I did, or to get as invested in the characters as I did. Yeah. One of the characters, you know, I mean, it's straight up if gamers, like real gamers, got stuck inside the game like that in real life, I could see the dialogue that happens. I could see that being the real dialogue. It is bad, but it's a lot of fun. I was very surprised by it. So if we do something like this, let's see. Do we have any? What I could do is we need bridge. So if we do So interesting. Wasn't expecting that to be crew door, bridge door. That's all. So do I want that there? And then I think maybe even do that. So you can't just walk straight in. Actually, but let's bring that out on. And a lot of this is going to come out. But that's okay. That. Let's see. Let's see. That is actually a better feel. Don't I have parts for this? So I'm going to show you a little trick. And what this will do we're going to do a couple here. Let's see, we can get rid of that for right now. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a cheatsy airlock.
Energy low.
Around the side here. Alright, so what this is going to allow you to do is if this area is pressurized at all, right, you have any atmosphere over here, and you lose atmosphere inside this section, you'll be able to pipe it directly through. And we're going to do the same on the bridge side. So what this allows us to do is to have an area that is technically airtight, but it will evacuate. We'll have this one set up to evacuate from the bridge side with this one turned on, and the same on this side. So once this room fills, you don't have to worry about the air pressure anymore, and basically it'll just keep backfilling. What we'll do is once we have everything set up and done, I'll come back in, pull these out so we can actually set them up, and we'll set it up to do cycling. So that as we move forward, like I said, I kind of like the idea that this is off-centered, because if you have somebody aggro, they're going to blow through this anyway. But if they're trying to take it without destroying everything, they're going to have to come through and then step to the side. So let's go 1 and 2. And weld these up. There we go.
Energy critical.
Alright, so let's check to see how this flows. You come up, these may or may not be closed. A little bit of room here. It's enough room that you could actually get 2 people in here if you had to. You can come up this way, or you can come down here and go to the bridge. I think I like the way this is coming together. Alright, so if we go... see something like that. Oh... Can we get away with that, or is it going to stick through? It's going to stick through. Okay, I don't know where you just sent that block. Hopefully it wasn't anywhere. Awesome. Actually, no, what we'll do is this. Can we get away with it on this side? No. Damn it. It's worth a try.
No energy.
Go get some power here. Basically what I want to do is have it set up so that we have lights on both sides. But it's fine. We'll make it work. I don't need a whole lot of power here. Alright. Oh, so yeah, like I was saying, that show AFK. I'm not sure why it showed up. It just, I was going through and I was like, hey, that actually looks kind of interesting. So let's give it a try. And we did, so. Oh, maybe I'll put windows in. I might put windows in. Because if we do... do that, that might be a little claustrophobic. So you'd end up with something like this. Alright, so if we did that, come on. And what I'm thinking here is we do something like this to basically just close it in. The walls are closing in, man. All right. What we're talking about here is 2, 3. So you end up with okay. Just making sure. Alright, so we want to go get rid of you. We're gonna do another conveyor. There we go. And one more. Okay. So you end up with that. That can go away.
Energy low.
And it's very possible that I will come through and change all of this stuff. But I want to at least get an idea of what we're going to be dealing with. Let's turn the light on here so you can see. Alright, so when you come through now, if we go, is that too much? So maybe something like this. I think having that all the way, across may be too much there, you know. Let's see.
Energy critical.
I guess that actually works pretty well. Do that. So you'd be coming up, go through the doorway. This closes, this one opens. Yeah, kind of liking that, I think. And then basically this ends up continuing out for however many. Yeah. Alright. I think that... Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the way this is going. And I do like the fact that that's coming out further now. But it does mean we're going to have to move the ship again. I have to back the ship up a little bit more. Quite a bit more. I'll probably end up taking the ship back to this area-ish before I start dying here. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably end up doing that, and then what I will do. Okay, so this one has gone a little bit longer than I had expected. I wasn't planning on basically recording the entire thing. I was going to do some cuts in there, but ended up having to just get things done. And this ended up being a little bit faster that way. So I'm not going to complain too much, but I am going to say thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice for me today, make sure you hit that subscribe. And if you want to be kept up to date, be sure to ring the bell as well. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Have a fabulous weekend, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Alright, now I need to figure out what we're doing for windows. Oh, no, we need to do the door over here, too. I forgot about that. Yeah, so this whole thing is going to be an airlock, then. We'll probably do a door here, And a door here. That way we can board on either side. I think I like it.